All right, guys, it's time change Monday, and it is brutal. I have filled up my coffee here, and we'll do a get ready with me video, but oof, it's a rough morning. So we're gonna start with the Timeless Skin. I like to brush my teeth after I do my skincare so that it can start to set. All right, now we're gonna go get some clothes on. Okay guys, I'm dressed and looking at my calendar for the day to know what to expect. Oh, I'm trying to remember what this one is. So one of the things is, I know, same with you, is we've got so many meetings on our calendars, is that we have started a practice is anytime anybody schedules a meeting on my calendar, or if I schedule it, I ask for a purpose and an intended outcome. So then I can just hop into the meeting to understand what I meant when we scheduled it. Okay, now I remember what that one is. So it should be a good day. Should be a good day. Okay, so I don't need to wear anything unusual, just my normal work clothes, and it's a work from home day, so we are dressed from the top up, right? We're gonna do makeup. So the way that I like to start makeup is to get out all of the makeup that I'm gonna need before I start, and that way I can put back everything one by one, and when I'm done with the makeup, then the bathroom's done and we can move on with our lives. Okay, so we gotta get the hair back all the way. It's getting a little lighter. Whew. Time change mornings are brutal. All right. So we're gonna start with the Laura Mercier Translucent Glow Powder. And then I'm going to use this kind of fluffy all over eyeshadow brush. The palette that we're going to use today is the Tartelette in Bloom. Looks like that. Tartelette in Bloom. This is a great palette. It will pretty much do everything that you need. What's neat about it also is that you can put together colors either going across or up and down. And today I'll go across on the bottom here, and I'm going to start in the crease with this color right there, and it is called Jet Setter. So what I do is I take the eyeshadow and I put it right in my crease with this fluffy crease brush. Just that nice mid-tone matte right there in the crease, and that really will help if your eyes are a little bit hooded. So I'm done with that. That goes back. Next, I've got this great brush also from BK Beauty that's got an angle on it, fluffy brush with an angle. It's BK Beauty number 205. And I'm going to take just the slightest bit of this dark color here, just a touch of that. And I'm going to get it right there in the corner and then just up a little bit into the crease. And one thing that I have learned is that as my eyes get more mature, I can't rub back and forth, because if I do, I'll get little lines on my eyelids. And so I really need to stipple it in there. Another thing that's really, really important, you don't want any of your eyeshadow going below this line right here. It would cause the look of your eye to droop a little bit. And so we want to keep all of our makeup above that line. Okay, and so that's done. And then what I'm going to do, and this is pretty cool, is I'm going to take this light color right here, this little bit of a shimmer, and I'm going to pop it in the middle, right there. toward the inner corner of my eye, and look what that does. Look what that does. Just brightens it up really, really nice. Like that. Brightens up that inner corner, makes the eyes look a little bit more wide set. And you'll notice that I'm doing this shimmer, and I also bring into the corner just a tiny bit to lighten up that area that tends to be really dark. You'll notice that I do shimmer with my finger rather than with a brush. I can do it with a brush, but I like it with a finger because it will get more of that shimmer on there. And then finally, I'm going to take this color, which is kind of a shimmery taupey color, and I'm going to put it right on the middle of my eyelid. And then just kind of blend it in and pat it in. I've done this so many times that I've learned how to blend it as I'm doing it. If yours isn't blended, it's fine to go back over it with a fluffy little blending brush and just blend it out. You don't want any lines. Now, instead of putting the eyeshadow away, I'm going to set it aside because we're going to use it right after eyeliner. And so on eyeliner, I have found a couple of really inexpensive eyeliners that I like, and this one is LA Girl. I like a taupey brown that's a cool brown, not a warm brown. This is deepest brown. Okay, and then you guys, if you can do eyeliner and if you can do eyeshadow, then the rest of makeup is easy. And you can do those things, and we're gonna work it together. So, start with just the thinnest line as close as humanly possible. The thinnest line as close as humanly possible to that lash line. You want it really, really close. You don't want any space at all between the base of your lashes and your eyeliner, and then wait for it. We're gonna go up and under and get the underside of that lash line. This feels really freaky at first, and you might not think you can do it, but you can, and it just takes practice. One pro tip there is don't like poke it into your eye and do it. Keep it up on the upper lash line and do that. And now I will quickly do the other eye here. The other thing on the eyeliner is that you can just do little lines. Don't feel like you have to draw one perfect line, just do a bunch of little lines. And that'll work out much better, much easier. And then I'm gonna even just dot it underneath. I don't want a heavy line underneath, just a little bit of cover. Now I left that eyeshadow out so that we can do some smudging. This is a smudging brush. This one is from Ulta Beauty. It is the Ulta Beauty Smudger, I don't know. And then I'm gonna take this color right here, just a light neutral color, and I'm gonna smudge that in. And that starts to do two things. It blends that eyeliner, makes the whole look a little bit more professional, and it also sets it. And then it connects the lower eye. See if I bring it up here just a little bit, it connects that lower eye with the upper eye. And then it's all nice and blended together. All right, so now we are done with eyeshadow, and I'm gonna put it back. And then next, we've got mascara, and this is my new favorite mascara lately. It's kind of, it'll curl your lashes, and it doesn't leave a lot of fallout. Lancome Idole, I don't know how to say it. Put it on, and the mascara is really important to get it as close to the base of your eyelash as possible, your eyelashes as possible. I even like to take it and put some on the top and pull it up so that it gets both sides as close to the base as possible without getting it on there. And then also think of your eyelashes in three parts: middle, outer, and inner, like that. And do a couple coats, get it strong. There's no harm in having lots of mascara. And then I like to do a little extra fwang on the outside. That is a technical term, fwang. And then Q-tips, your best friend in doing makeup, got a little bit up there, and so we'll just pop it off. Okay, mascara's done, eyeliner's done. Those go back in the drawer. I don't put concealer on before because we'll tend to get a little bit of fallout. We'll wipe that away little bit of fallout underneath the eyes from the eyeshadow. Not much, because I choose brands that don't have a whole lot of that. But now the concealer that I'm going to be using is Lancome Idole. I like this stuff too. It's pretty good. Let's see, can you see that? Will it focus? This is the Teint Idole Ultra Wear Camouflage in 250 Bisque. That's a warm, kind of light medium tone. And then I just take a tiny, tiny dot, pop it. See, you know this critter down there. I don't know, no matter how old I get, I always have the critters. A few little critters like that. And then I take a little bit on the end of the nose, pop it up there to cover a scar where I got a mole removed that's still healing. Get those little critters on the forehead. I'm gonna grab a tiny bit more, that much. And I'm gonna pop it just under the eyes. Make sure to get it in that inner eye area. And then I'm gonna pat, 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 pat. I'm not rubbing, I'm patting. If I rub, I'll get a bunch of lines, and I don't want that, because mature skin will bend and fold, right? Okay, and you will notice, let's rub these in, that I don't usually wear foundation. I feel like for work, it just makes me look too made up. Now I have foundation, and we will do videos with foundation, but I feel like it's almost just too much. And then I have just this little inexpensive Essence Superlast Eyebrow Pomade Pencil. It's just a few dollars at Ulta, and this is in blonde. And I like to just fill in, let's roll it up a little bit. I like to just fill in right up there on the top of my arch because it gets a little bit sparse. So I'll fill in right up there on the top of my arch. Perfect. Normally this whole thing only takes me 5 minutes. It takes me a little bit longer to talk through it. And then next I have my super favorite NARS holiday palette of the Orgasm blush and the Laguna bronzer. And I like to use those in combo. And I take this great little highlighting brush from IT Cosmetics from Ulta, and I will start down here and just kind of, again, stipple it on to make a little bit of hollow, not harsh lines, but I do that on both sides over here. And that just creates a little bit more definition for the cheekbone. And then when I was wearing my, if you wear your bangs back, you wanna come up here and bronze around the edges to make your forehead look a little bit shorter, and then a little bit underneath, and then some people like to do on the sides of their nose and under the top. Okay, and then that brush is done, and then I will take, you can use the same brush for your blush if you want and your bronzer, but I like to use a different one. This is an IT Cosmetics for Mineral foundation. I use it for blush. And then I just stipple it in, stipple, 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 and then right from the center of the eye and over, I just stipple that up here. Blush should go higher than you probably think that it should go. You don't want it down here. You want it up here so that it'll lift the face up. And also, the closer you get it in here, especially if your blush has any sparkle in it, it'll enhance the texture of those pores. So I'll get this side, just make me look a little bit alive. Now you could also go back in with a highlighter. This blush, this Orgasm, like the most famous blush on earth or something, I don't know. It's a peachy pink. It's got a little bit of sparkle in it, so I don't really bother with a highlighter. And then especially for work, I don't need a highlighter for work. I'm working. Okay, that is done. And then we will go back in with a tiny bit of lip liner. And this is what I like to do on Zoom mornings when I'm still going to be drinking my coffee. It's just so I look alive. Put a little lip liner. And then fill it in. so that when it wears off, it'll wear off evenly. And this lip liner, another really inexpensive one from LA Girl at Ulta. This one is in Spice, I believe. Keep It Spicy. Great neutral color. All right, so makeup is done. Now I'm gonna stand a little bit further back so that you can see what this looks like. It looks more makeup close up, but you can see what this looks like further away, and it ends up being a pretty natural, neutral look for work.